We have 5 good minutes with the host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, one of the most compelling men in the media, as I see it. Now, I want to bring him in. It's good to have you. I got a couple of topics for you. It's a beautiful shirt. First thing is, you don't like the way the media played the Trump bloodbath situation. Why?
Well, first of all, I thought that he was talking about the United States and China and the auto industry, and I thought that they used it as an opportunity to expose and exploit the kind of things that they wanted to about Donald Trump. Fair enough. The problem is that he's kicking their tail. That's really what this comes down to. According to the polls, he's up, he's gaining momentum. And when you use these kind of tactics and it comes with a question mark, it comes with some trepidation, I don't think that's something that has shown itself to work against Trump over the last few months or so. I mean, the guy's got 4 indictments, 91 counts against him. He's been impeached twice. He just lost a civil case where he was ordered to pay in excess of $400 million. And he keeps gaining campaign dollars. He keeps gaining momentum. And somehow, some way, they keep using the same old tactics. That was really my point. It's not working. It's not being effective. He's literally kicking their butts, and they've got to get their act together and find a different strategy, because the fear mongering over the kind of things that may come out of his mouth is not the kind of tactics that have proven to work against this man, at least as of late. That's why I said what I said.
Do you believe that the culture of grievance in America that has already had a home for many years in the Black American community, do you believe that there is a chance, the mythology that the Black vote will never move to the Republican Party? We have seen, I think we have a graph, it's always over 80, 88, 90% going to the Democrats, but there has been some creep. Do you believe he could get 20% of the Black vote?
I don't believe he could get 20%, but I don't think he needs 20% in order to win the next election. I think the fact of the matter is that, as Charlemagne the God said on several outlets over the last several weeks, and especially when I spoke to him, Joe Biden is not necessarily inspiring. We don't want to admit publicly that Joe Biden's 81 plus million votes that he received in the 2020 election was a byproduct of people voting against Trump more so than voting for him. So people were incredibly inspired to go to the polls in 2020. There's a legitimate argument right now they're not going to be as inspired to do so in 2024. You couple that with the fact that you might creep up an extra 2 points or 3 points in terms of receiving the Black vote if you're a Donald Trump. Because remember, in 2020, when he was campaigning, or actually 2016, I'm sorry, Chris, he said, what else do you have to lose? That's literally what he challenged the Black community with. And you had a lot of people scratching their heads asking that question, because yes, we get a lot of lip service, and we're talked about it. We're talked to in terms of this is what they're going to do to you. This is why you should be scared of them. What about what you're bringing to the table? What about what you're offering? In the year 2024, the Democratic Party, who is known as, some have known as progressives, are relying on a guy that's going to be 82 years of age to give them 4 more years. They're literally chanting 4 more years. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is for a political party to literally be begging an 82-year-old to run for re-election because you have no one else that you think can beat them? That's the state of affairs with the Dems.
Here's the best number I've heard that gives me fuel for hope, is you got almost 7 in 10 who say, I don't want Trump or Biden. We have more people declaring themselves not Republican or Democrat. It's now a plurality of the country. It's over 40% say, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. That's the best number we have going. I'm hoping that this election is a low point that shows the party system has failed, and that we need to leave the parties and get away from their power structure, because it's only good for them. Because if America can't do better than these two cats, with all the greatness we have in this country, we're getting something wrong. Last word to you.
You're my brother from another mother. We think alike in a lot of ways. I'm a registered independent. I have no faith in either party. I think it's an absolute disgrace the way they've been conducting themselves all of these years, and especially in terms of their dealings with one another and unwillingness to compromise and to be childish and a bit belligerent for my liking. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is this. We have a situation where they're telling us we have to settle for one of these two guys. And I really, really am hoping that the American people stand up and send an emphatic message. We don't want either one of y'all. But in order to take that position, you have to have somebody else that you could present. And in the year 2024, the Democrats don't have anybody they believe can beat Donald Trump. Now, that's a damn shame. But it's just a fact.
They think Biden. They think Biden is the guy. Look, we got to see if we get a Ross Perot effect from Bobby Kennedy Jr. If he stays in this race, we'll keep talking about it. We got a long way to go. I love having you on the show. I love how you're expanding your portfolio. Your show is great. You give great food for thought on a lot of different topics. Continued success, handsome.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Take care. All right.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.